If you've ever felt like you've been blindsided by some kind of expense and you don't know what happened, it's probably because you didn't factor in your lifestyle expenses for the year. In January, right now, we want to factor in what we're going to spend on all these lifestyle expenses in the current year. Now, we can do something and we can look back in 2025 and actually analyze all the expenses that came up. We look at our credit cards, our bank statements, add up all the expenses that we would call lifestyle expenses, and then we can see if in the current year, in 2026, we're going to make those same expenses this year. So what I want you to do is use this calculator down below in this page and start thinking about your lifestyle expenses that you have. So I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to go through this together and how you would actually enter your data. So for expense type, we have certain categories here that I think are most common for lifestyle expenses. So travel, gifts, a personal budget. So this would be an individualized budget for someone in your household. So you have a spouse budget, spouse two budget, and then children. So you can do personal budgets for each one of them. The thing most people don't think about is home maintenance and car maintenance. So we have separate categories for those. And if there's something that you have personally that you don't think is here, just put in other. So that'll give you that category. So let's do travel. We say we want to spend about $10,000 this year on our family vacation. And for payment period, we're going to enter one. So it just means how often are you going to make this payment? So we're doing one annual budget for all these expenses. It's just easier that way. If you have an expense that's a lifestyle expense that's more than once a year, then you would enter it that many times. So if you go to a certain place 3 times a year and you want to put a budget for each time you go, you would put it 3 times a year. And then you can just say, we'll call this summer vacation. Now, when you want to add another amount, you just add another amount. And so you can select it again. So we'll do gifts. We'll do payment amount of $5,000 once a year. And we're going to call this Christmas gifts. And we're going to add another one. We're going to say a personal budget. We're going to do $7,000 once a year. That's our total annual budget for that person. And we're going to say this is for Michelle. We're going to add another one, do personal budget. So you get the idea. We're going to just keep adding expenses, what we think about for the year and what we think is going to happen in 2026. We keep adding them one by one. So this would be my budget. Let's call it $5,000. And it's going to be Derek. And that's it. Now you'll press calculate. And what will happen is it'll give you how much you need to put away each week to make sure that you have enough capital in your lifestyle expense account to hit these goals. So it's $519.23 a week or $22.50 a month or a total of $27,000 annually that I need to put away into my lifestyle expense account. Now, this account is very important. So it's going to be a high yield savings account that you can have with your bank. And all you have to do is basically set up an automation that says every single week, I want to put $519.23 towards this account every single week. And then you're going to be funded for the year. Obviously, you'll have some carryover from the prior year, and this amount could possibly carry over to the current year. But you want to try to stay within this budget and this framework. And basically what you'll do is you'll pay a single credit card, a lifestyle expense credit card that is only lifestyle expenses. So everything that you've funded for here goes on one credit card. And that credit card is paid from this bank account that gets this money every single week. You can also download a CSV file of this so you can actually look at what you have. And it'll come up in here and you can just see, and you can print this out for yourself and to make sure that you always keep it aware. This is the budget I have. I have $10,000 for travel. I have $5,000 for gifts, $7,000 for Michelle, and $5,000 for Derek. And then you can actually print that out or dump it into your automation template. So if you want that automation template, what it is right here. We have this whole template, which actually has your lifestyle expenses, but also has this cool summary that you can look at to make sure that you're setting up your automation the correct way. So each one of these things are numbered. So we have net pay, fixed expense data, short-term goals, long-term goals, lifestyle expenses, variable expenses, and your debt payoff plan if necessary. And it's automatically coming into here in your summary plan. And so this will show you basically how well you're doing and what the automations need to be to set up into your system. So this person has $961 of fixed expenses, 544 short-term, 346 of long-term, 1127 for sinking expenses or lifestyle expenses, and then 584 for variable expenses. So total expenses are 3562 compared to 5162 of take-home pay. So they're in a net position of 1,601, which is a surplus. And so with that surplus, they'll be able to identify, do I want to put more towards investing? Do I want to put more towards debt payoff? And all those things, and you can make those decisions. And then it'll show you how much cash buffers you need for each category inside of your lifestyle expenses, your fixed checking account, your variable HSA, your emergency fund. All these will be factored in to your budget. So this automation template is available for you. You can get it. Just click the link in the page right here, and you can have access to it for a small fee. That's it.